I'm known as Grandpa Barry. I've lived in the area for 40 years. I've worked for this or volunteered for this school district for 20 years. And I've been here at Meadowlark for 5.
So, what do you love about the kids in this school district?
Oh, they're just sweet, loving kids. They're much nicer than I've been down in other larger districts. I started years ago before I came to this district, and we have a different class of kids here. And it's the country life, and it's the fact that the community knows everybody within the community in both Agua Dulce and Acton.
And your kids went through this school district. What was that like for you?
I started with my granddaughter down in the Canyon Country to what they called primetime preschool, and I volunteered to do that 2 or 3 days a week. And I felt bad because when they graduated, I never ever saw them again. So I decided to come into a school so I could follow my children and the other children all the way till they graduated.
What was that like for you?
It was fun. You know, when I first did it, a little boy, a kindergarten boy, came up to me and gave me a hug, and he told me he loved me.
No kidding.
And that was a defining moment. And I find that all the time. I walk through the halls or into the classroom. I'm somewhat disruptive when I walk into the classroom because the kids all want to run over and give me a hug and call me out by name. So I have to sort of sneak in and out without being seen sometimes.
What exactly is your role this year at this school? What do you do?
The technical support. I handle the computers and the software. I sort of manage from behind the library. All little things that happen that are not normally with part of the school system, I'll take on and do them. We had a performance, a talent show last week or the week before. I shot that, broadcasted into the library here so that the students waiting to go on stage could watch, and then I took and made a DVD out of it that that school can sell to the kids to make a little profit for something like that.
What's the biggest thing you've learned? Volunteer? Do you volunteer 40 hours a week? How often?
Yeah,
a year?
sometimes it's that little.
Oh, really?
The neat thing is I come in on weekends to finish things up. I work through the summer. A lot of our software and systems that we have here are cloud-based, so I can work on it at home on my own computer. I can get into the work within the system and fix things or add something to it.
So it's almost hard to wrap my head around just how much commitment you give to this school district and these kids. What's the payoff for you?
I just enjoy it. My wife passed away about 30 years ago. I have all my grandchildren that I tried to be with all the time. And I think I should actually pay them for letting me come here because I do. It's not really a job; it's a hobby. I could say, well, that something gets tough, I don't have to show up, but I do show up, and I do enjoy taking on tasks. Actually, people don't ask me to do things. I find all the things that need to be done and instigate some kind of program or things and do it before they ask. So I'm busy all the time.
And I see all these Star Wars posters on the wall of your office here. Talk about that.
Before I retired, I worked on the first three Star Wars, the trilogy, and a lot of other movies. I've traveled around the world and made movies in various different countries in the world, and I still enjoy movie making, but only usually just of my grandchildren.
And what was your role on set? What'd you do?
I was a special effects photographer. I supervised, designed special effects for motion pictures.
That must have been some exciting
Oh,
stuff.
it was.
And this sounds like you're just doing the same kind of thing here, just making magic happen every day, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I have a degree in electronics. I utilize the electronics to help fix things around here or add gadgets and things like that. Do a lot of photography. A lot of the things that I did in my life are all being used now, and it's nice. I'm 80 years old. It's nice to still be needed, to be asked how to do something. That's a real pleasure when you get to be our age, that you're still needed.
You've been doing this for a long time. What's your hope for this school district? How could what do you have any thoughts about what this district could be if it was fully activated and actualized?
Well, it's getting there. I've watched it, the growth over 40 years, and it's coming together. It wants to be a school that has the resources that can bring people from all around. We lost a lot of kids that went to the school, Palmdale or Santa Clarita School District, because we were lacking in very many things. It's a poor district. It's a district that has a lot of elderly people in it, and when school bonds would come up, they were not really interested in, because they had no children in there, in supporting things like that. But we're getting more support, and I hope we continue to get more support. We've gone technically. My daughter teaches in the Palmdale School District, and computer-wise, and the computer training that we've done is ahead of them. We've passed them up. We have a 1-to-1. Every child in this school has their own laptop that they use, and we started at the upper grades and worked all the way down. And this includes kindergarten kids have learned how to use the laptops and how to log in and how to do things on it. So, and that was sort of an aim for me. When I first started over in Agua Dulce, I bought 60 laptops and set up, and we had to share them for the whole school. They only had about 30 of them here, and we found grants and various monies, and I worked on various ways to get computers into the school. I repaired all the old computers and tried to bring them up to date and stuff like that, and we've made that. We installed smart screens, smart boards in all the rooms. I installed most of the original smart boards in this school and over at the High Desert. So
that's quite an impact.
We've made a lot of changes, and all for the better. And it's getting better all the time.